Pretty good.
Yeah, you did.
Water's cold. Impala DT6. Doing a little bit of pre-spawn fishing. Fish at January 5th. And we just had a really bad cold front last night. Water's 57 degrees. That's freezing in Florida. Temperature got down into the 40s. And we had a little bit of warming spell, so what happens is when it warms up, those fish will start moving up to spawn in this time of year. We found some spawning fish last week on a different lake. So today we wanted to come out and fish, but we wanted to wait until it got warmer because we didn't want to freeze our butts off. So now we're out, and what we're going to do is that those females that was up on spawn, they're probably not going to be locked on bed. But there's going to be some roaming fish that are roaming these banks, especially buck bass. And that's what we're going to target today, is we're going to take apart these small laydowns and grass patches around the banks. And we're going to basically throw moving baits. And then when we get bit by on a moving bait like a DT6, we'll go back into that area with something slower like a shaky head or something like that, or a jig, and see if we can't get a female to bite. See if the female's there. See how that works. But we're going to target those fish, and then we're going to target some main lake points and stuff like that over here, and see if we can't catch them. So stay tuned. Wind blowing points, pre-spawners, fat little guy, using a real small worm, trying to fish these little small isolated patches of earlier with the pre-spawn and spawn coming up. And we're out here fishing for basically roaming fish that are coming off the bed because as of last night, the cold front. So there's a few things you could do to target those fish. There's a couple baits as well. We've caught a few fish on different baits today, but right here, right in front of me, I got a very good scenario where I'm talking about is that you got a point right here, and then you got a cove that kind of flattens out into the back. Right here, we're in about 7 foot of water. And about 3 foot, we got these 3 willow patches, and there's a few stumps around it. And this is a great spot for the spawning fish to come up and move up to spawn. But it's also when this condition like this, when we have really bad cold front, those fish will move off bed, and they'll start kind of just get finicky. They don't want to sit there when it's cold and stuff. So right here is a good scenario where they could spawn, but that doesn't mean there ain't a buck that has went up there to build the bed. This would be a good area for him to kind of just roam around. He won't sit right on top of it, but he'll kind of guard the area, but he doesn't want to sit. So areas like these, when the bites are getting real rough, this is a good spot to sit and grind it out and make sure you hit every single little bit of it. So I'm not going to throw the crankbait at this because the crankbait just literally moves so quick. If I was just running and gunning it, I would definitely just crank it. But right here, we got a very good suspicion there's a fish on it. And in the situation that we figured out today, that's what's going on, we're going to milk it. So I'm going to make a few good casts at it. And I'm literally working it so slow. And bait of choice right now is just a very small Zoom U-tail worm Texas rig with a 3/16 ounce weight. Or not 3/16, an 1/8 ounce. Something real small and real light. And you know, that tends to get them to bite when it's real finicky like this. And in 2 foot of water, you don't need really heavy weight to get down there, especially on good sandy rock bottom. So just feeling my way down through the rocks and then through the willow bushes, looking for a bite. And then, you know, this is something definitely that they would spawn on. So making a few good casts, trying to get in there. Sometimes you get on a limb. But see how it fell right down on the edge of that. So I'm gonna let it sink on a slack line. Let it get down there. And it's crazy because sometimes you'll make that cast over and over again, and then 3 or 4 casts in, you'll get 4 casts out of it, you'll get bit once. And it's crazy because you think you cast it at it several times, but that's this time of year. That fish might have not been there because he's just roaming, or that fish just didn't want to hit it when he saw it the first time. So that's the key to the fishing this time of year, is that sometimes when bites get tough, or when they start spawning like that, is you make sure you hit stuff several times, especially like key little isolated cover as this. I mean, if you look down this bank line, there's really, other than that little stuff over here, there's not much cover off actually in the water too far. So stuff like this that I've already made, I moved the boat up 10 feet and we went up a foot, so it's in perfect conditions for them to spawn on. Stop. Yeah, I just missed one right there, and just missed one and went right back in there and got this one. I'm pretty sure the last one was a female because how she hit it, she kind of sat there and ate it. This one, he made sure to run it out of the bed. And that goes with everything else we're talking about today and how we're fishing it. So there we go. Let's go. Talking about getting those females.
Need a net?
Nah, I got it. And that's what we're looking for. It's definitely a female. You can tell by how fat she is. Moving up there to bed. Caught her on that willow bush patch. Good one. Came back and got him.
Barely both of that one.
Jig fish. Gotta love it. And they're hammering the jig. I mean, hammering it. That fish straight put like 10 foot of slack in my line. I was swimming it through that willow bush patch. 2-pounder acts like he's 5 pounds.
Feeling bullish, ain't you?
That little guy.
Yes, sir.